Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you'd like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we've got a lot of content to react to. We're doing a full playlist of JonTron videos. This is JonTron's StarCade series, which seems to be something Star Wars related, judging by the thumbnails. So Star Wars arcade games, maybe? I mean, this is Atari games, so maybe just Star Wars games in general? Yeah, because Nintendo. Okay, so probably just Star Wars games, which is something I don't really know too much about. I think I did, I think I've played like a couple, like mostly, as a kid, there were times when I may have rented some, but, I don't know. We'll see if there's much I remember here. But I definitely don't know any Atari games. Like, that's a bit before my time. I mean, I do remember having an Atari, but I never really played it. I mean, that was the one game system that I think my parents bought for themselves. Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense that there would be Atari games about Star Wars, considering it is that old. The first film actually coming out in the 70s, so yeah. But I don't know what Star Wars on Atari looks like, so with that said, let's just get into this and see what we got here. Here we go.
Shut up back there!
Chewie, get us out of here!
I said shut up! You're just pissed off because I outsmarted you and got you flying saucer. And maybe next time you'll think for a second before you pick up someone saying they need to get to the nearest hospital as fast as they can. You chumps. Alright, now just to take this thing for a spin past Earth and give everyone a little sci-fi scare. Maybe I'll end up on the next episode of Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we should all aspire to, an episode of Ancient Aliens.
Oh my god! It's Star Wars?
Oh, come on, this thing's good for nothing. Whatever, let's get out of here already. Whoa, no, that's not good.
Incoming message for Captain Solo from Supreme Commander Vader.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's been a tight squeeze in here.
Mensaje entrante para el Capitán Solo de Comandante Supremo Vader.
Pretty cool set he's got going on.
This call is brought to you by Empire Collect. Would you like to accept or die?
Yeah, accept.
Thank you, and please enjoy surviving another day, Rebel Scum.
Like, I thought it was mostly visual effects at first, but...
Well, that's not my real name, but you don't look like the kind of guy who cares.
I must commend you for your valiant efforts against the rebellion. The Empire is most impressed. You managed to capture two of the most infamous of rebel scum in the galaxy.
You mean these two guys? The shaggy-looking guy and the walking carpet? No, I just picked them up because they have no paper trail.
Say no more. Now it is your time to truly prove your worth to the Empire.
Now you listen here. I will never, as long as I live, join the Empire. Also, who is that? You're just my dad trying to scare me again, dressing up because of the teach me a lesson?
What?
Because I didn't mean to wake up, Mom.
Very well. Let's see if this persuades you.
Oh. That's not my throat.
Oh.
Your will is strong, I'll give you that. But I have one last thing I'm certain will pique your interest.
John, save me. Me and your bird friend. Bark.
What? How'd you get shock?
I have my ways. Now, to show I mean business.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, God.
He's just a boy. Oh, no.
That's kind of horrific. It's not real, obviously, but
only a taste
still.
of what's to come unless you comply to my demands.
All right, fine. I'll do it. What do you want me to do?
You are to play every Star Wars video game for me.
Setting up the premise.
Not the poopy ones!
I need footage for my upcoming Let's Play channel. I plan on calling it Darth_Vader_ likes Green Day 1992.
Seriously?
Okay.
That's what you're gonna call it?
I mean,
You'd be better off calling it something stupid like StarCade.
nothing wrong with Green Day.
So many Star Wars games spanning so many decades. Where does one even begin? Especially when he doesn't even have any of them. Yo, Vader, if you want me to do this, you gotta give me the games.
Of course. A slight oversight.
Ow!
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, seriously? Come
how
on, man!
space
Don't
works.
you have a better way to do this, given your Empire budget? This is a good one. That's good. Thank you. This game is a port of the 1983 arcade game of the same name that used the now outdated vector style of graphics, which we'll get to later. And wow, look at this box. If you were a kid in 1983, chances are you would have thought this was pretty cool.
You were probably like this guy right here.
TIE fighters! Fireballs! Coming right at me! Watch the laser towers! Aim for the tops! Pick in the cannons! Use the force!
Oh God, I'm gonna die!
Alright! Let's go!
Yeah, that is some intensity from this guy.
Died the way he lived. Like a goddamn psychopath.
With an advertisement like that, you know you're getting into something good.
Let's go to the moon, baby! Or space. Wait. Which way is this going?
Now, I don't want to be overly critical, but I can't help but feel there may have been a slight exaggeration made in that commercial.
Yeah.
All right, man, come on. We get it. Calm down.
Maybe the sequel will fare better. They also made Empire Strikes Back on Atari, but weirdly enough, this one came out before the first one.
Huh.
I don't get it either.
I guess.
Hey, that's
Probably
nice.
the
You get
timing of
real
the
music
film.
in the game. Not all tie-ins gave you that back in the day, so believe it or not, that's actually a bonus. I'm not so sure what's going on the bottom of the screen, though. Is that a horizontal radar of someone constantly firing a bullet? And speaking of understanding, I don't really understand where I am in space or time. Is that the mountains, or are we under sea? If those are mountains, what would that make these? Subterranean mountains? Atari games are hilarious. They just merely hint at what is actually supposed to be going on. You could have called this game Bird vs. Camel, and no one would have argued with you. Don't believe me? Look, you'd have bought this, wouldn't you?
I don't know if birds and camels fire
To
lasers
complete
at
the
each
trilogy, there's Return of the Jedi Death Star battle. It's a good thing they went with the Death Star and not some Ewoks. Yeah, that would have been weird.
Ah, yes. I remember this classic Star Wars situation. Now we know why Han Solo was late to help Luke in the Death Star battle. He first had to cut a hole through a large David Bowie's album art before he could get there. You fly around as the adorable Millennium Falcon like you're playing asteroids, and you're supposed to, I guess, go through this tear to get to the Death Star so you can destroy it.
A barrier, right? They have to disable on Andor.
I don't remember the Death Star sounding so much like my dad's office.
So that means you're actually
Pull up
playing
the
as
fax machine
Lando,
on
right?
again.
He was piloting it, I think.
Wow. They made this look harder in the movies.
In this version, they decided to make the Death Star out of styrofoam.
Oh. Can we play that back in reverse? I think I might have heard the voice of Satan in there.
This game is coarse and rough, not like you.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna pretend nothing happened then. Business as usual. This game just keeps looping forever once you beat the Death Star. There's no level 2. Good God, it's like a Star Wars Groundhog Day in here. Yikes! Moving on.
How about this one? Star Wars Jedi Arena, where Luke doesn't look like he gives a shit at all.
Okay, what's been going on in here?
Oh.
Hey, all right, maybe if we could just,
I don't even know
slow
what this
down.
is.
Stop,
What are we
stop,
looking at?
Stop, please! Okay, that's enough! Come on, stop!
Okay, let's just move on to the last game we have here today, which is Return of the Jedi Ewok Adventure. But I don't have it here to show to you. In fact, few, if any, do.
It was
Oh.
intended to be the twin sister game of Return of the Jedi Death Star Battle, but it was never released, even though it was fully completed. Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
sign. It disappeared without a trace for 14 years until being found by a collector in 1997.
Oh.
For fear of a
That's
lawsuit,
probably
it
worth
was
a lot
never
of money.
released to the public. But lucky for us, in 2001, a prototype copy was finally secured, although only one of these is known to exist.
What could have caused them to cancel a perfectly good game? Let's find out. Console,
Yeah,
please recreate
guessing
Ewok
it's
Adventure
not very good.
and make it snappy.
Recreating.
Yep.
I'm not sure what kind of ship you're flying in this game, but I already like it better than the other games. It seems to be some kind of speeder that flies close to the ground. It has weight, and it's really cool as far as the Atari goes. Ew! Look at the ATSTs! My God! I'm gonna have nightmares now. Let's give you an artist's rendition of what the HD version would look like. Terrifying. Yep, that's about how I feel. That was trippy as hell. Do I still have my brain intact after that? Okay, here we go. Oh no! Ah, crashed my shit.
Okay.
What an adventure. An
I guess that's where the Ewok.
adventure. What?
You just gonna get right back in another ship and take off? Also, where you
So you're
getting
playing
that?
as an
Who does
Ewok.
that belong to? That is not your ship.
Believe it or not, I think this is actually the best game out of them all, and it's the only one they didn't release. Maybe they wanted it all to
So
themselves.
did the...
Who could blame them?
I can't remember. I haven't seen
Oh boy,
Return of the Jedi
and that's
in a while.
only
The
a tiny
Ewoks, I guess they did
fraction. We
steal
got
some
the cover,
speeders.
so stick around and tune in next time to find out the mystery of who it was who allegedly let those dogs out after all. It was me. I'm trying to sleep. All right.
Okay. So you're not really too much to say about Atari games individually, so... Covered those pretty quickly, but... This is a good premise for a series. Go through all the Star Wars games. And there were quite a few of them for Atari, so even back in the 80s, we were merchandising the hell out of Star Wars. X-Men, huh?
You know, when I first got in this thing, I wasn't so sure, but this baby's actually pretty all right. She's got some moves, even if she isn't all.
This one's a little fat mess, so I guess we don't really have to set up things anymore. We have the premise set up with our skit at the beginning, and now we
But
can
what'd
just
be really cool is if I got to fly an X.
focus on the
Lucky
content.
for me, they made good on that because they made a game called X-Wing in 1993 that lets you simulate the real deal.
X-Wing was very advanced for
What
its
is
time.
this
Its
for?
game engine was the first to use higher detailed 3D polygonal graphics
see?
rather than bitmaps. And I know that means a lot to you out there. What are you, a bunch of nerds, huh? You don't know what this means? It means it was kick-ass.
Welcome to the flagship Independent.
Definitely a step up from the Atari.
Well, are you gonna do something about it if I don't?
You gonna get Bicentennial Man up there to come down here and give me a stern talking to? Arriving at the hidden Rebel combat training facilities. Okay, let's talk about the word hidden. Not sure planet-sized space stations fall under that umbrella.
They go into this one.
A-Wing Blue will cover the attack by engaging any escort fighters.
You all right, dude? You looking for a fly? You got an itch? What's going on with you?
So after your dizzying chat with that fellow, you get to select your X-Wing pilot.
Yes!
Ever since mankind first walked the Earth, they dreamed of gaining the technology necessary to destroy each other over petty issues in space with lasers. The graphics are actually really good for DOS. Keep in mind, most games at the time looked like this. Oh, that's the real graphics. It's like I'm really there.
All right, everyone, we fought long and hard to be here. Let's take the fight straight to Vader's doorstep. Ross Leader, you inbound? I don't see you on my radar.
Yeah, he's really going all out with all these
I'm very
costumes
lost.
and stuff.
How are you? How are you guys?
What are you talking about? Can you give me a visual? Any landmarks?
Water, fish.
Ross, are you in the ocean?
Definitely the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, for God's sake!
A whale. Sperm whale.
All right, well, Mark, do you copy?
Yeah, I saw a lady. She had red
Well, that's
hair and a
Markiplier.
wizard-like school bus, and
That's right,
now
right,
trapped
that's the first
inside
guy.
Arnold.
Who?
Arnold! Arnold, the one with the glasses. He ate an olive with me in it, and now I am inside him, and I have to help him beat strep throat.
What?
I'm sorry, John. Arnold needs me.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That only leaves...
Hey, John, I was here to help!
No, get out of here, Goblin Head Boy! I don't want you!
Why? You don't like my hand?
All right, that's it. I'm blowing the whole thing.
Okay.
There also exists a special edition.
And back to the
which
game.
I personally think lost the charm of the original, but it's still pretty good. Another great thing about this game is it has those strange DOS-era cutscenes that are just so fun to watch, due in no small part to their absurdity.
I know almost nothing about DOS gaming. It's like
Okay. But it does not appear that he's moving. Oh, wait, never mind. No, yeah, he is. Moving around like a little crab. Yeah, put him in the tube of jelly. You know the one. Yeah, that's the one. There it is. A bit banged up, but he'll walk it off. Come on, buddy. Keep your head above water. Ah, well, he didn't make it after all. Just, yeah, put him in a box. Flush him down a space hole. You know how it is. Hopefully the dynamite we put in that box will come in handy to someone down there. Oh, there it goes.
Okay, yeah, that's... Hey.
And for God's sake, who designed this chair? It's terrible.
Here are the secret bars.
I will bring them safely to Alderaan.
You guys, feeling comfortable talking to each other like that? You look like you're reluctantly in love. Yeah, that's definitely a good place for that. I see absolutely no problems arising here.
Lord Vader! What a great privilege to have unexpectedly graced my humble domain.
Nobody ever said that. Lord Vader and unexpectedly don't really...
We received your grain shipment, Scord.
Oh, he brought up the grain.
And the Emperor has sent me here to personally repay you for your treachery.
Grain treachery. It's failed the best of men.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. It's not what you think. He's just very disappointed he let Darth Vader down. Poor guy's taking it hard.
Wow! That sure was a lot of fun. But that's it for X-Wing. Make sure to join us next time when we get a taste of the dark side.
Okay. What do we got now? Star Wars chess. Okay. I'm not sure who thought of that.
Chewbacca, thanks for coming on the program, buddy.
I guess this was the thing, yeah. Is it this?
Sign this waiver stating that you are actually the real Chewbacca.
So we made a game out of this?
Okay, buddy. Hey, and just for your safety and mine, please, while you're on the set at all times, you're gonna have to wear this bad boy. Keep that safe. All right.
It's a good Chewbacca costume.
I'm JonTron, and this is Desric with a Wookiee. Oh, I win! That was even easier than I thought it'd be. Look at this big stupid asshole. Oh, Wookiee's getting frisky.
Oh. Okay, well that's, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that brief hiatus. I'd like to take full responsibility for how much
Of a sore loser this guy is over here. Yeah, what? Huh? That's the last time I get a Wookiee on Craigslist? I'm being honest with you. I don't even think this guy's a real Chewbacca.
As many of us have learned the hard way, playing a round of Deseric Hollow chess with a Wookiee can be risky. But if you've still got a hankering for some Star Wars board game related strategy, well, I've got just the thing for you. Star Wars chess. Please, no pushing, no grabbing. You'll all get your turn. This game is made by something called the Software Toolworks.
The Software Toolworks presents...
Great logo.
Oh, yeah, all right, see? I didn't even need to tell you. There you go. God damn, guys, the merch you're packing back there is so ancient, it makes the horse and carriage look high-tech. Oh, don't worry. I wasn't going to read it anyways. Man,
probably are
these guys
more people these
really
days
don't want
using
you to
horses
forget
and
they made the
carriages
game,
than
do they?
those.
They must have been very proud of this, seeing as they made their own logo twice as big as the headlining act. Once upon a time there was credit to give, but now they're really twisting my hand.
Nothing a bit of a song parody.
Total eclipse of the brand. Hey, this is actually pretty cool. It's just chess with all our favorite Star Wars characters. Han
it's
doesn't
not
get
based
to
on the
play,
actual
though.
in-
He's just dead in the background until Luke decides to stop playing games and save him.
Wow. Okay.
Chewie sure is a lot slower than I remember him.
Okay. 1 down. 100 to go.
Wow.
This is so slow! Oh my god! How many games was I expected to be able to play? 3 ever?
Stop, please. I'm not ready to die.
This is one heavy board game. There are these little battle animations that take place on the board when 2 pieces clash, kind of like battle chess, but I think it might take my entire life to see it all, so out of respect for your time and mine, I'll switch to the Sega CD version that actually functions like a real game.
Okay.
They've cut
Did it
out
really
the
work
walking
like that?
animations and just reduced the overall hang
Originally,
times so we
like,
get to the good parts faster. The graphics aren't quite as appealing in this version, but the presentation is a little better. They also added a little curtain call where the pieces
The old games
introduced
connect
at the beginning,
weird on, like,
with
modern
Luke and the
systems.
Emperor starring as the kings, and Leia and Darth Vader starring as the queens.
Okay. Darth Vader's the
With
queen,
a
huh?
work cycle like that, you know the queen lifestyle chose you, okay? You were born to be a diva. Whoa, dude, Yoda over here looking like he did a serious weed, dude. This whole green guy knows what's up. Whoa, well, that was amazing.
Wonder if mine does that.
The graphics are notably downgraded in this version, which you wouldn't really think would happen considering it's the Sega CD. You also get a few more options, but it's mostly just board styles and stuff. Nothing much to see here. This time the battles take place on their own separate platform in space that you have to shuttle to at high speeds every time. Literally every 2 pieces on this board have a unique set of win-loss sequences. If you strung them out start to finish, you're left with about 30 minutes of animation. That's impressive. They're so
Weird
weird.
to see the,
They're practically worth the price of admission by
the
themselves.
stormtrooper actually kill someone.
Not to mention, it's just also fun to watch your favorite characters die tragically in unexpectedly violent ways.
Wow.
Poor R2. Poor Luke. Poor Leia. Yoda, he got turned into goo.
Okay.
That's too bad. I really liked Yoda. Everyone's sad now. Who am I? Who are you? What's right and wrong?
I thought I told you I don't like banana pudding.
I mean, I know I'm repeating myself, but it is just weird seeing all these timeless characters get blown to pieces, mashed up, burned, and decimated. C-3PO usually just wins by being an idiot. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's good. There's also gotta be animations of
the word slaying.
C-3PO like beating Darth
Vader. It's
Vader.
Majestic. Yoda made that poor man commit suicide. He's so cool. I wonder how he does all that weed and can still be so cool.
Now who would ever thought chess could scar a man's life that bad? Until next time, I'll be taking Obi-Wan to D3. Okay, alright, I think that's just for show.
Well, that's an interesting game that I never would have known existed. Nintendo Star Wars. Okay, so we're not going in order, I notice. Now we're just lumping all the Nintendo games together. This one's 11 minutes.
What's going on here? This game's technically from the future. Should be working flawlessly.
You gotta do that.
You are using an Imperial Nintendo Entertainment System. The game you are trying to play,
Star Wars,
has been restricted by the Empire for containing
facts.
Instead, try one of our compatible and approved games, such as
Alderaan was an inside job.
Okay. Oh, now it's Fire Emblem.
I guess I'll just have to use one of my region unlock systems that plays everything in Gungan Basic.
What do you buying?
This is not the same thing. This is bad. You can take my dignity, but you can't take my NES. Like I said, dignity, it's fine, take it. I didn't really have much to begin with. The Nintendo Entertainment System is well known for being the place where you proved if you were worthy or not. It was the gauntlet for retro games. Sink or swim, and Star Wars was no exception. Let's see how the galaxy far, far away fared. Right off the bat, you get the awesome theme music. Although it seems a little more upbeat than usual.
I don't think I played any NES Star Wars games.
The cutscenes here look great for the NES and really serve the films well. Like, here's what I mean. See that? C-3PO's looking at you right in your eyes like you just caught him masturbating. In this first level here, you go around on your land speeder. I'm assuming this is Tatooine. And you explore various caves and environments. The game mostly takes place on foot with Luke holding his little blaster. But hey, I want my lightsaber!
This looks pretty good. Music sounds kind of cool.
I don't really know that this music fits. Doesn't exactly scream Star Wars. You got your standard affair, you got your Tusken Raiders, your Jawas, your K-Flies, your Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, but hold on, I mean, maybe I gotta brush up on my Star Wars lore, but I don't remember, was Brendan Fraser part of this? Who is this guy? What's he doing here? I think he might be in the wrong game. Huh? Who's this? Oh, it's your boy Obi-Wan. What you doing in a cave, bro? It's okay, though. I know you got good intentions. I can see it splayed out all over your lifeless, cross-eyed gaze. Oh boy, what a great crowd tonight. What a great audience. My God, there are so many monsters and scary things in these caves. How will I ever find my way? Oh, there's an exit sign right there.
It
would all be hopeless had it not been for this well-placed neon sign. Thanks, whoever put that there. It's kind of similar to Zelda 2 in the way that you enter the levels from a top-down angle, only to have those levels play out as a side-scroller. This is a style of game that we've seen fall heavily out of popularity since this era. Most likely to do with the fact that it sucks and I hate it. There are a few cockpit dogfighting sections though, like in the X-Wing and the Millennium Falcon. I don't remember it being so shaky in here. Eventually you do get your lightsaber, which is pretty cool. And lucky for you, the laws of momentum need not apply. You just barrel through people at will. My God, they put a top-down shooter segment in too? This game has ridiculous variety for the NES. I gotta say, it's so immersive. I'm literally getting drawn in. Bonjour, I am on.
Nicely done.
And just like that, she's gone. Come on, guys, look alive. You just saved the whole galaxy. A simple twitch or spasm will do. Also, Leia has a clubbed head. I don't know what's up with that. Somebody better tell her. While we're at it, let's take a look at the game's sequel, Empire Strikes Back for NES. Once again, right off the bat, awesome cutscenes and music here. The game has you start out on your Tauntaun, just like Luke's in the film. All right, I'm ready.
That's cool.
Let's go. Han, you want to give me a second? I just got started here. All right, just get my bearings back, get situated, and oh my God, what? What do you want? What is it you have to tell me, Obi-Wan, that's so important? The lightsaber is the weapon of a Jedi. Oh, thank you. Fascinating. I'm glad you stopped me dead in my tracks to tell me that. Will you just let me play the damn game? Look, all I'm saying is... Oh, come on! It's a little hard to control, and goddamn, somehow the blaster got even faster this time. Look at this thing go. Whoa! My God!
Wow.
Heads down, everyone. Luke's packing the standard issue pistol over here. Trust me, you don't want to see the heavy artillery. The game is mostly a platformer, but like last time, it's a hybrid sort of thing when you really get down to it, incorporating many styles of gameplay. Whoa, what? You can see the game designer credits if you go to this corner here.
Choose the Force.
Choose the Force? I think you're getting that wrong somewhere, but it's still catchy, so I'll let it slide. You can also do this, whatever this is. Oh. Oh. Okay. I think something's definitely happening here.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's just absolutely unnecessary. He did not have to die that real. Interesting tidbit. In this game, they brought back the Atari 2600 version of Empire Strikes Back entirely as its own level. You may recognize it by its better-known name, Bird vs. Camel. Pretty crazy, right? What used to be sold as an entire game 10 years prior is now just one minor portion of a larger game. That's progress. And most importantly, though, you can shoot up the butt of the AT-AT. Inbound to the rear, Captain! Time for a backup plan, sir. The enemy appears to be totally enjoying getting it up the butt. Oh, God, I'm hit! Oh, I think I'm going down! Okay, I think I may have sustained some serious damage, but what do you know? I think I might make it out all right. Oh. Oh, wow. That turned out a lot better than expected. I even got my own little lightsaber. I'm invincible. I'm a god. I don't even need a snow speeder. I'm coming for you. Here I come. I'm gonna break the game. I don't care about the fucking rules. By the end, you finally get to battle face to face with Darth Vader, who sits there and endlessly fires a blaster at you.
I don't remember him having the blaster.
And then, the Motherload. Jumping up a generation, we have the Super Star Wars games. For me, there was absolutely nothing like booting one of these up.
So no NES
action-packed,
Return of the Jedi.
each and every one unique in their own way. This was as good as it gets. There's not much bad to say about these games, barring mentioning their brutal difficulty. It was one of those games where the enemies don't stop spawning out of nowhere, so it was easy to take hits when you didn't want to.
Pretty cool graphics, I would say.
Why does the blaster keep getting faster and faster with each installment? How are they even going to keep that up? At the current rate of technological growth, we predict by the far-off year of 2002 that blasters will approximately be firing this fast. Oh my goodness, I fired directly into the gallery. Oh! Oh! Ah! Now you may think that's where the old Nintendo Star Wars games end, but rumor has it, there exists another game in a far-off and forbidden lands to the east. And for this, we must look to eBay.
Oh. A Japanese exclusive one? Oh. Okay. I'm sure that's the official title.
Oh, here it is. Yes, in fact, there exists a Japanese version of Star Wars solely for the Japanese version of the NES, the Famicom. And it's completely different from the American version in every aspect, from the ground up. The game starts off with Luke looking at a transmission from Leia as shown by R2-D2. Standard stuff so far. Leia, I'm walking here, okay? You go around whacking little owl dudes and other monsters that I don't really recall from Star Wars. In this rendition, of course, Luke Skywalker is played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pretty much everything you slice with your saber just explodes instantly. In proper Japanese fashion, the stormtroopers are frickin' adorable. Also, you better like the Star Wars theme if you're gonna play this. I mean, you better love it, because this loop is all it plays.
Ah. Yeah. That might get a little...
What? Well, it's a little early to see Darth Vader, isn't it? He doesn't usually spend his valuable time in the first level. Whatever. If it's a fight you want, Vader, it's a fight you'll get.
Oh.
Excuse me, what? That's a scorpion. I've seen him. I've seen a few of them. Picked a few from the desert. That's a scorpion right there. I feel like at this point, asking questions is besides the point. Irrelevant, really. But, no, you know, I think I will have to inquire. Why did Darth Vader turn into a scorpion? I don't even know if this was originally supposed to be a Star Wars game. Why is there a level of Egyptian symbolism? You fight all sorts of crazy enemies that look like they fit more into Zelda than Star Wars. What the hell? This doesn't look like it should be anywhere near this series. It's like something from a Mario game. Yes, just as I planned it.
What's
Darth
Vader gonna
is
turn
much
into
weaker
this time?
when submerged in water and cannot breathe. Why am I swimming and he's not? That's not fair.
Yeah, he's really a shark.
Cool, this time he's a fish. What a trickster. I suppose the whole thing here is just going around saving your friends from various anamorphing Darth Vaders.
Just like in Star Wars. God.
Oh, good. The Millennium Falcon was here the whole time. No, that's good to know. Glad to know I didn't even need to swim all that way. The Millennium Falcon could have just taken me straight where I wanted to go, especially considering it can just fly right beside this magical floating body of water. You know what? No, this is great fun. You're always guessing. What kind of crazy creature you gonna turn into this time, Vader?
Wow.
Well, that time it was just actually him, I think. Poor guy, I just wanted to slaughter an animal. Well, mission over. Galaxy saved. Helpful whale, small head dog. Han Solo, how you doing, buddy? You look like you really worked to get there. You look happy. That's good for you. You know, there was a lesson in all this. And what that lesson was, I don't really know. But I tell you one thing's for sure. Be careful who you damage, for they may become a scary animal. Look what's going on now.
Oh.
Look what's happened to me.
That's an interesting look for John.
Star Wars taught me about this. Look out, baby.
I don't know.
Thanks for watching. StarCade is back and here to stay. I'll be back soon with another episode, so stay put.
Okay. Phantom Menace games. I feel like this is where I may have actually played one.
Star Wars Episode 1, a film that famously lives in infamy. And I do mean infamy. From Gungans to midichlorians, I think it's safe to say this movie spawned more social outrage than the burning of the Great Library of Alexandria, and that was real bad. All my favorite books got burned up in that, like this coloring book, for example, Mustaches of the former Soviet Union.
Don't think that was there.
Crayon brown. Better not color outside the lines, or else Papa will have to go back to a concrete hole in the ground. When people were watching this film, they had to have been saying to themselves, I wish I could experience this for myself. I wish I could be there. Little did they know, their wish was already granted. This is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace for PS1. Okay. It's kind of rare to get a game like this. It's not some spin-off, it's actually just Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And yeah, it pretty much is just a scene-by-scene in the spirit of the movie, but obviously there are some deviations. First most glaring difference, of course, being the inclusion of wobbly, pixely chimp face. Not that I have anything against that, it's just that you're all absolutely bone-chillingly deformed.
What is that gas coming out of the floor?
It is excess steam from our troublesome ventilation system.
That's interesting, because it looks an awful lot like poison to me.
I apologize for any discomfort.
No, you don't, you son of a bitch. This game would have been fun had it not been for the vomit-inducing top-down angle that is at a slight tilt and way too close to your character. It's hard to tell where or what anything is, and if you do find out what to do, you'll still have the nausea to deal with. Oh my god, what is going on that way? Yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with that, Obi-Wan. Let's take path number 2.
Yeah, path number 2 looks like a bad idea.
Obi-Wan, you gonna be alright, bro? You gonna be able to walk that one off? So this is canon then, yeah? How are they getting back together for episodes 2 and 3?
Misa clumsy, but Misa still help.
Oh, Jar Jar, you're so quirky and lovable.
Follow Misa. You should do it grand.
Anything for you, buddy. Let's go. Oh no, Jar Jar, run!
Oh. Well.
So long, Jar Jar. We hardly knew you before you were viciously murdered by an actual firing squad in an official Star Wars game, for real. Most of this game is just traversing the landscapes of the film with familiar characters. It's a bit slow and clunky at times, but I've played much worse. I do find it interesting that they tried to do a scene-by-scene, but I don't know that it works. Which events happened then? The ones in the movie or the ones in this game? Split timeline much? The graphics are generally appealing for PS1 though, and the environments are varied, so yeah, whatever, I'll give it a pass.
PS1.
Next up, we have Jedi Power Battles, where Sam Jackson looks like he just encountered a large spider, and Obi-Wan looks like he's listening to his friend's parents fight during an awkward family dinner.
I work. I vacuum, I dry, I clean the windows, I do what I need.
You work on your hair is what you work on.
I don't care about that.
You can choose from all your favorite characters. Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Pio Kun? What, you don't know who this guy is here? You've been living under a rock or something? Like, probably he has, because he's a godforsaken creature of the night? At first glance, I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between this and the last game. It looks and plays very similarly, but I can say this one is definitely a lot less disorienting. It's got a much better field of view. I suppose this game could be described as more arcade-like in nature. There are some minor platforming elements mixed in, but it's mostly just about dismembering your enemies in style. What are you laughing at, Yoda? Something funny? Something you want to share with the class? You laughing at me? So what? I'm funny now?
Oh.
I'm a funny guy just because I'm dressed like a clown? I suppose you think I shouldn't have a gun either! There also is some Flash games about the prequels. I couldn't find any worth mentioning on episode 1, but there are a few based off Revenge of the Sith. The first one being called Jedi vs. Jedi, Blades of Light.
Gotta love old Flash games.
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to interrupt you boys. I can see you're busy. Obi-Wan! Anakin! Do you not remember your days of friendship? What has brought you to such savage violence? I can't look. Occasionally, one of them will fall over like a child and then get back up. Come on, guys, play clean. Keep it above the belt. Don't make me come in there.
Well, there is actually a reason this all looks so strange. These Flash games here were based on a marketing campaign around Toys for Episode 3. To animate this, it looks like they posed the actual toys in stop motion. No, like this thing they're standing on here even, in the background. You can actually buy that. It comes with the orange goo and everything.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
While we're already looking at these weird Flash games, there's another one that ties in with the toys, Revenge of the Sith Scene Bot. I think it's actually supposed to be called George Lucas Special Edition Simulator. Why make one movie when you can just keep adding to the same one forever?
Just put that there. One here. More. It must be perfect. Never clean! Never clean! The past never happened. I'm in control of my life.
Wow.
But I know what you're saying. Where's the guy gonna get a Gungan game, huh? Well, fear not. The
Was
Gungan
anyone really
Frontier
asking for that?
is here for you.
Which Ayusa will help us?
That's a hard choice, given that both the prospective candidates seem to have contracted a bad case of rigor mortis.
Yusa be needing to know bombard many things to make Wisa a new home on the moon.
The moon!
The moon.
Might want to scale back your expectations a little bit.
Who's gonna be?
Oh, come on, man. Have some patience already. Who do I look like to you, Buzz Aldrin? This takes a decent amount of planning. I don't even know where to start.
Misa give Yusa sacred wise creature, holder of much knowledge, the Kresh.
No, that's all right. I think you can hold on to that. I'm not going to think twice about it. Okay, what is going on here? There's the Kresh. Did not ask for him. That's good, though. All right, let's.
That is kind of a weird looking
bigger
thing.
than described on the ledger there. Okay, let's get two of those guys. Maybe they'll make a family. All right, what's the Kresh do? Oh God! Please tell me that's the only time that happens. All right, Ronto, he's pretty nice. Whatever. Brought a good tree. Very. It's a healthy tree. Okay, I do not know what is going on here. This is something else. Oh, who was that?
Got the boss knife?
Oh, come on, Jar Jar. Leave me alone for a second, all right? I'm over here trying to plant your dad a new moon. Listen, this game is great with all its putting trees down and Jacobies, but it doesn't really hold a candle to my personal favorite Gungan adventure / spiritual experience, Jar Jar's Jar Jar Jar. Oh,
Okay.
here he goes.
Oh.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it this time. Poor little guy, he can never get that jar open. But what about the art of the pod race? To the dismay of some, it played a huge part in the first prequel movie.
I always loved pod racing. In fact, I think of all the scenes in the prequel trilogy, Anakin's pod race against Sebulba is easily my favorite. Each pod racer is built uniquely for the character designated to it, so there's a very visceral sense of tension and imminent danger that adds to the drama. At any moment, your favorite player could be torn to shreds. And that's really what we all want deep down, isn't it?
Wow! I could do this all day. It's amazing. I mean, I feel so good!
This is Episode 1 Racer for the N64.
I think this is
I
the
don't
one
know
that I
why
actually
they
played.
called it Racer and not Pod Racer. I guess they thought people would associate pods with peas, and let's face it, no one likes those things.
Look at this piece of shit.
Wow.
It's hard to squish the frozen ones. I can't do it. Now I remember, in this game, you got to buy pieces from Watto to improve your pod racer. You know, Watto, the blue guy that looked like if Gonzo from the Muppets had sex with Jeff Goldblum from The Fly. Oh, God, get it out of my head. Life finds a way.
They come here, they look around,
God.
they no buy. Why nobody buy?
I don't know if I needed that image.
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that it sounds like you're about to take yourself out back and go drink bleach.
The feeling of speed they were able to accomplish here was impressive given that it was N64. The controls were tight too. It felt like an accurate recreation of a pod race, which I'm assuming is what they were going for. And not to mention, there were tons of awesome locations to race in and a multitude of racers to choose from. I think it's safe to say, I love this one. Oh, looks like Anakin won't be making it to episode 2 after all. They also made a Game Boy Color version of this that opens with a sweet remix of Duel of the Fates. The game itself isn't much to write home about though.
Ah, yes. So this is the sound of true death.
Well, I guess that's it.
That's all of them. Tune in next time.
Oh. Yeah, the video's not over. Is there one more? PS2 game?
Super Bombad Racing?
Oh.
That can't be good.
Okay.
What is going on here? What's a Bombad? I don't know who was in charge of this, but they are clearly an unrecognized genius.
Yeah.
You had like all the Star Wars lexicon.
Very
and you
weird.
chose this? You went
Very
with
weird
Bombad.
Mario Kart clone.
Is that some sort of artistic thing you guys got going on here? Don't want to be too cliche? No, it's all good, really. You guys just keep doing you. No, but I can't move past this part because what's a Bombad? Is it this thing Jar Jar's riding on? Is that a Bombad? Well, no, actually, because that's what's known as a tri-bubble bongo. See, I've done my research.
Yeah.
I took to the internet to see what a Bombad could be, after all, and it turns out Bombad may refer to the Gungan word for superb. So this game's title literally translates to super superb racing. What can I say? That's pretty super superb in itself.
Stink away!
Stop it, come on. Why are you looking at me like that?
Mr. Back! Mr. Boston with happiness seeing you again. This ain't very, very bad. What did Mr. say?
Okay, well, it's a way to end a video. What do we got next? Yoda Stories.
Thank you for joining us on this special edition of StarCade. Now, I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but we have a very special guest joining us here today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
It's me, dude. It's the real Yoda. What's up, man? How's it going? How you doing,
Yeah,
dude?
it doesn't really sound like
to
the real
understand that
Yoda.
you're here to promote your new book, Green and Clean. An inspirational story it is.
Yo, alright, here's all you gotta know. I did a lot of crazy stuff. I was a crazy guy, you know what I'm saying, man? I broke a lot of couches. I hurt a lot of people. Yo, dude, listen up, listen. I was a bad guy, dude. I used to be a bad egg, you know? Used to go around and hurt people with my hands physically. Used to attack me in the eyes and stuff. But now I'm changed. I'm a good guy now. I'm a good egg. I was in a dark place, man. I was in a dark, dark place. I found my inner force. Whenever I feel like going crazy and just screaming or something like crazy like that, I just realize I gotta calm down, dude.
If there was a message to be taken from all of this, what kind of advice would you give?
I was there. I was where you are now, dude. Mom and Dad are fighting again. Dog died, got hit by a car. Dad puts a cigarette out of your brain. I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to be there. You feel like looking down and your eyes bulge out because you see that long weed sitting there. And you start licking your lips and you think you can just take it and start smoking it, dude. It's like I say, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to back to anger again. It's a big thing. You can check out my new YouTube channel, Green Boys. We do all kinds of crazy stuff. There's like crazy prank videos. Bro, dude, it's a prank, bro.
Absolutely inspirational.
Gotta love
Now, thank you for
prank
coming on the
videos.
program, Yoda, and stay clean, huh? Be a role model to all those kids out there in the galaxy.
So stop judging me with them eyes, dude. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know who I've killed.
Okay, and he just
Is he
filled
gone?
it in on himself.
Where'd he go? Did you see him get in his car? Did he leave? Don't let him back in. I don't know if it was him, who it was. The bathroom's in chaos. I mean, I'm trying to brush my hair to get ready for the show. There's doo-doo speckles all over the mirror. I mean, that's disgusting. Well, that was awkward. And that's not even the first book Yoda's written. That title goes to the 1997 mistake of nature that is Yoda Stories for Windows 95.
Wait, is Yoda Stories just
where
a
promises
singular
of
game?
Yoda watching you breathe in your sleep are guaranteed. Is that so? Whose bright idea was this one? Really, you gotta give credit to the person who decided to aggressively trademark this property. They knew, okay, they knew they were gonna be doing a little Yoda Stories 2, Yoda Stories 3 up in here. They did not want to waste this opportunity. They could see ahead. Unlike Yoda here, who's clearly anxious about his own future, looking like Bill Murray in Lost in Translation. Oh!
watch where you're flying that thing. You might accidentally knock Yoda back out of his catatonic state. This game is really bizarre because even though it is legitimately made by LucasArts, it has this Windows 95 stock game look to it. It plays in a window and has that gray, boxy desktop aesthetic. In the marketing for this game, they proclaim it to be the second game in their LucasArts Desktop Adventure series. Wait, what? This isn't the only one? The first one apparently being Indiana Jones and his Desktop Adventures. No joke, that's the real name. Literally billions of possible games! Literally billions! All on this conveniently one small disc. Billions of lies. Contrary to popular understanding, though, Desktop Adventures just refers to Indiana Jones sitting at his desk catching up on his unpaid bills. I actually have one of the cutscenes right here. Overages. Why did it have to be overages?
Indy, can we afford groceries this month?
I don't know. Get off my back!
All these adventures, and for what? Oh, but it looks nice on the mantle.
On the mantle? Yeah, it does look good on the mantle, because I put it there. You think I don't know what looks good on the mantle?
Oh, what a big man, resorting to violence as usual.
Hey, honey, I have an idea. Let's play a game. It's called Who Bought What? How you win? You point to one thing in this house you bought with your own money.
I'm going to my mother's.
That's a bit heavy for a kid's game. Who approved that? These games were not meant to have any sort of central story. They were made as more of a time killer in the same way that Chip's Challenge or Minesweeper were. That's why they kind of look the same. Now, I'm not just saying that either. This was a selling point, all right? They were proud of this. They put it on the back of the box. Infinitely replayable. Goodbye, Solitaire! I was waiting for them to make a sequel to this. Yeah, they seem to have used a picture here from Chewbacca's swimsuit edition. But also,
yeah, that is kind of an interesting
just
pose.
A standard pose Chewbacca does for some reason. Who knew? The game is procedurally generated, meaning that the world builds as you play. It's actually pretty impressive for the year it was made in. The idea is that no two playthroughs are supposed to be alike, and each separate game is meant to be completed in a short sitting. When you enter the game, you have to find Yoda, and each time he gives you a unique mission. And as for Luke, he's looking a bit, gremlin-esque this time around.
Yeah.
To use anything in this game, you first have to drag it onto the action slot, and then that's the only thing you'll be able to use for the time being. R2-D2, spelled R2 in this game for some reason, tells you about all the game's various inner workings. Drop me on anything you find confusing, and I'll give you some hints. Finally, I'll get some answers on this.
Oh, well, that was useful.
Hey, you're looking a bit...
I mean, I guess in a way, yeah, you did get your answer.
Oh, was the quest... So the quest is you turning into a cylinder of feces? Oh, no, that's just a sample of carbonite. Okay, easy mistake. I guess I screwed up. But you can see where I might have gone wrong there. Yeah, Luke, I think you might need a bit more practice before you go out into the fray with that thing. Man, it's really, I mean, did anyone hear a pin drop around here? You know, a little sound, a little anything would have helped this along nicely. I know you were trying to outdo Solitaire here, but you could have, at least added the shuffling sound of the cards to break up the existential silence.
I guess in those days they knew who the real competitors were.
Oh, that's good, though. They remember to put the sound of him jerking off into the woods there. That's a necessary one. Oh, okay, finally, some familiar music. Huh? Did I go deaf halfway through that? Would it have hurt to let that bad boy have a couple more measures and play out the song? Be sure we don't meet outside, young one. Oh, okay, well, very rarely is a phrase like that followed by anything legal or moral. What? What is going on here? These guys are bouncing wall to wall before I can even walk up to them. What are they even doing? They're so indecisive. Yoda, can you go back to the library, pick out a better story? Okay, this one ain't so compelling. I don't know if this is obvious, but I genuinely got no idea what I'm doing in this game. What? What's that noise? What? I found a blaster in this Banta's asshole. Hey, R2, why don't you tell me about that? That might be interesting. What's this guy been eating? Who is winning? Who is winning this? This is chaos. Excuse me, can you run that by me one more time? What kind of sound is that for the act of killing someone? That's not satisfying. That sounds like someone getting a butt plug removed. I mean, there's only like 7 sound effects in this whole game. You're already low on sound real estate. You're gonna pick that? For Christ's sake! At least the game has multiple worlds and environments to explore. I've seen Dagobah, Tatooine, Mos Eisley, and Hoth. It's all about problem solving. Get this item to do that thing, talk to that character, and so on.
Oh, and the people you meet along the way. Let me tell you, I'm kind of nervous. I was looking for treasure in these ruins when a wall collapsed. It nearly killed me. Here, take this ore drill.
Wow, thanks for this gift, but also, do you need medical attention?
What? Oh, you couldn't tell what happened there? Wasn't it obvious? Uh-huh. Right. Well, the answer here is clear. Is that I give up. I'm not playing anymore. Good night. See you later. Have a sweet dreams, gremlin boy. Oh, look at that. I got a perfect Yoda. You know what that means.
Okay.
Oh.
On the whole series. Oh, we're getting there. I guess there are. Star Wars plug and play.
This is a Millennium Falcon with games on it. I got one thing to tell you about that.
Just take all my money. Oh, not this soon, not this soon.
Oh. Okay.
Jakks Pacific, a company well known for making these plug-and-play games, also produced merchandise for Star Wars. It makes sense, given how popular these were. I never understood who these were truly meant to appeal to.
Yeah,
I know better.
Not expect
this
the game
came out in
2006,
and the graphics look pre-Super Nintendo. What you're looking at here is literally from the same year as Gears of War. Think about that.
Wow.
You guys couldn't fit a few more instruments in there? Sounding a bit sparse. Perhaps the console was too small. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how you'd fit more than one trumpet in here, let alone one. First up is lightsaber duel. Oh, no high scores? Well, you telling me people weren't fighting over this thing like the olden samurai trying to be number one?
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Old for what kind of thing exactly? Fighting your friends? I don't understand. Why is this the default? Obi-Wan and Luke is the first fight? Hey guys, you want to wait to beef this out till after you defeat the Empire? They're still flying around in the background, free as birds. When you eventually do get to fight Vader, he just breathes nonchalantly over your fight. Oh, come on, dude, don't fight dirty! No fair! Next up, Battle of Endor. Hey, where's that battle at? I just see a bunch of people crashing headlong into trees. Is it the battle against drunk driving? Perhaps the battle is in the distance and we're driving to it. Let's see here. Oh, that's much better. This game is actually reminiscent of another pre-existing game, Return of the Jedi Arcade from back in the 80s.
Wonderful. We are now a part of the tribe.
3PO, you're just gonna come out and say that? Eventually, you get to a part where you're an AT-ST walking around shooting everyone. It's pretty great because no one else stands a chance and winning is fun. The third stage is just Falcon stuff, pretty standard. Next on the list, Assault on Hoth. Whew. Well, this seems like a lot of work to give to one guy. I'd be pretty stressed out.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't spare one more guy? I guess that Alliance-paid free tuition is looking a lot less attractive by the minute, eh, buddy? Occasionally a guy flies by and drops off a coin. The coin is great and all, but I would have preferred a little help holding off the onslaught of my inevitable doom. Hey-o, how you doing? Here's this shit. See ya! And lastly is Red Leader, which is
At least
just
he's getting paid.
There also exist prequel versions of these games that came in 3 stylings: Darth Vader, R2-D2, and General Grievous. These 3 all have the same games on them, just different casings, some rarer than others. First up is Coruscant Attack. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing Attack. Not so sure about Coruscant. This game kind of reminds me of the 1982 arcade game Sinistar, if any of you even know what that is. Sinistar always freaked me out.
I am Sinistar. Run, run, run.
Heard that voice.
I tell you what, if you threw in a giant Darth Vader head that chased you and yelled catchphrases, you'd have yourself a bona fide winner here.
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
There's Droid Invasion, which is basically some weird version of Arkanoid. Thrilling. And Gunship Battle, which is basically just nothing. Just nothing at all, basically. I don't even know how this ship stays in the air. Oh, and excuse me, how could I forget? Utapau Chase. The only chase that's going to be happening here is the one for my money back. Yeah? Okay, what? Huh? Alright, well, that's enough of that now. This one has 5 games instead of 4, the last one being Grievous Onslaught. It's okay. I think you're going around as Anakin, just slashing droids left and right. I assume you're here to save Chancellor Palpatine, like in the film. It's funny, whenever you're about to save the Chancellor, he gets sucked into the floor. Okay, now on to the ones with the peripherals. This one's called Lightsaber Battle Game. How long do you think it took him to come up with that? The way it works is this training droid here, I guess, has infrared sensors or something in it, so you just haphazardly put it on top of something and use the saber to play the game. Now, where is that thing? Oh yeah? Where'd the other half of it go? This thing is so stubby! I think it might have been packaged for the, wrong purpose. You know what I mean. Oh, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Next docking, right this way, Mr. Skywalker, sir.
Oh, now this is amazing. I've always wanted to input my name with a lightsaber. Or wait, hold on, I think I actually have done that in the past.
It's gonna be a butterfly, right?
And that's it, you're mine now, it's over, no take-backs.
Right off the bat, once again, you're training against Obi-Wan. Now listen closely, the tactic you use here is very advanced. What you do is you wait for the poor man's Parkinson's to all-encompassingly overwhelm him, at which point you whack him as hard as you can multiple times before he comes back to reality.
I tried this tactic on my grandpops to get him to stop drinking and throwing stuff, but all he did was scream.
You know, surprisingly, this is pretty fun. Although, it probably feels a lot cooler in my head than how it actually looks. But who cares, right? Fun is fun.
I'm real!
This next one is called Star Wars Clone Trooper. This one is a rail shooter type game. It comes with this gun. Alright, so you calibrate your gun, let it know if you're satisfied, and presto, begin. Plan on picking up the pace? Get this, the first loading screen when you boot the thing up takes 50 seconds alone. Doesn't that somewhat diminish the plug and play aspect? Well, after all this loading, I better be blown away with some serious stuff. Is that it then?
Basic.
What exactly were you loading all that time? This looks like it predates the transistor radio! It's okay. Everyone knows this game was meant to honor the life of legendary actor Christopher Lee, as seen here pictured on his cosmic Vespa. And now, sir, I give you the 21 Blaster salute.
Rest in peace, you legend.
Whoa. Oh, sorry, dude. I'm not trying to...
Legend indeed.
Damn it, I'm trying to salute you. My aim's really off. I'm sorry. This is out of love. Alright, we got one left. I'm not expecting much after all this. The whole thing is just contained in this cockpit joystick. No sensor bar or anything. Whoa! What? It's not terrible? Hey, cool. Color me impressed. This is probably the best plug-and-play game I've ever played. Responsive, fluid, and the graphics are in full 3D. I'm surprised this little thing is powering all that. I guess the age-old adage is true after all. The greatest surprises come in the smallest and most unassuming of packages. But hey, at least I have a good personality. This reminds me, I've been meaning to plug and play myself for a while now.
This one. It's terrible. The first 18 levels are easy, and then Mom and Dad stop caring.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, if you don't mind me asking, where did you get those apples?
Apple planet. Infinite apples. Over there.
Those are the inhabitants of the Apple Planet. Those are the Apple people, sir.
Oh, that's why they were screaming. Okay, well that's a way to start. What are we even talking about? Everything else. Maybe not everything, but we still have a nice one.
We've been through a lot together on this intergalactic journey through the games a Yesterlight game, and we've seen a lot too. But the fact remains, there are just too many Star Wars games out there to cover in a timely fashion. Why don't we take a few quick looks at some of the more interesting and notable games out there that may have been unassuming at first glance. If you remember, early on I covered Star Wars X-Wing, but did you know they also made a spiritual successor to that game? They didn't go in the direction you may have expected though. This is Star Wars TIE Fighter. For the first time, you got to play as the bad guys.
Okay, well that's kind of
Badass,
interesting.
dude. I want to embrace my inner dark side. I want to look and feel the part. I want to go all the way.
No, okay, this didn't work. I'm gonna take this off now.
It's kind of like Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. If you played both X-Wing and TIE Fighter, you got to see both sides of the story. The combat and gameplay are pretty much the same as last time. The biggest difference is that everything is Empire themed. Art and music this time around were pretty extraordinary too. Definitely felt like you were part of the Empire.
I have come with an offer for the rebellion.
We have little reason to trust you, Admiral Harkov.
Yes, especially because you've chosen to show up to today's meeting dressed as Count Dracula. Hey, come on, man. Pay attention over here. This is a very serious meeting. You're getting a little too snuggly in your snuggie over there. What kind of fashion sense is this, anyways? What's coming back next? The Anakin Skywalker bowl haircut?
A boy can dream.
Let us show you the improvements we've made to the TIE Advance.
Yes, it does appear they can still bomb things, sitting still. Most impressive.
Admiral Thrawn, I am promoting you to Grand Admiral for your obedient service to the Empire.
Do you know how hard it was to line up this meeting with a dark thunderstorm? I've been going to weather.com every day for like 2 weeks. I think the site gave me malware.
Next up, Star Wars Behind the Magic, an interactive CD-ROM that was developed to be an in-depth look behind the scenes at the original trilogy. It's got glossaries galore. For example, here's a page on weapons from the Star Wars universe. Weapons tests, huh? What's going on in there? Oh, hello, Mr. Stormtrooper. You're looking conspicuously in the center of attention. Oh, what are these? Ewok rock? Yeah, that's my favorite genre, too. Oh, ow, ow! I thought it was just gonna be an enjoyable concert with furry midgets! Holy crap!
Wow.
What educational value?
Did the Ewoks really
have a good point, you
provide
know?
that rock?
How else would you know if your weapons were functional? Hey, don't worry, dude. I just want to make sure everything's working correctly. Okay, yeah, we're good. It worked. Come on, get up. Quit being such a baby. Death Star Ray. Oh my god, that's a bit overkill, isn't it?
Yeah? Just for this guy? This is kind of messed up.
Oh, come on! What a cop-out!
They made me sit here and watch this poor man's quiet desperation. I'm watching him pray his final thoughts, and they wouldn't even give me the payload. Listen, I just wanted to see the guy blow up, okay? I'm not the crazy one. I just wanted to see his legs come off and his eyes come off. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Oh. Then we have Star Wars Demolition. This was LucasArts' take on the Twisted Metal vehicular gladiator formula. It's definitely one of the more oddball offerings. It's got one of those cool in-world menus that actually take place in a setting, like Conker's Bad Fur Day or something. I don't really know what it is you're laughing at, but okay, see you later then. You can pick from all sorts of different characters that have their own vehicle. Pretty much what you'd expect from a game like this, except it's Star Wars, which makes it automatically better. I honestly wouldn't complain if they remade this for current times. It would work. But let's not beat around the bush, okay? We all know why we're here. It's to watch Boba Fett's little baby legs dangle around while you play the game. Here and there. Yeah. To and fro. Boba's legs will surely go. Also, there's a Gungan chessboard level where there's just a bunch of Jar Jar Binks heads on giant stones. It's a bit of a Easter Island for your greatest Gunga fan, alright? You know who you are. Stand up. Don't stand up. Sit back down. And now, the one you've all been waiting for. Star Wars, Masters of the what's in a name, huh? This is one of the most universally panned Star Wars games in the universe. Ours and theirs, although I suppose they're technically the same. Don't worry about it. Personally, I don't get the hate behind this one. I think it's pretty awesome. Any game in which you can make Luke Skywalker, not figuratively, but literally fight himself, is a game that's okay by me.
Knockout. Luke Skywalker, when ready.
There's a decent spread of characters, but it seems that some are more overpowered than others. These guys really must have partaken in some true resistance training to eat that many lightsabers to the face. Seems to follow similar rules to Tekken or something, so the lightsaber functions closer to a wiffle ball bat than a laser sword. That's probably part of the reason this game was so poorly received. Is that really a fair fight? Come on, Han, didn't Chewie ever tell you not to bring a fist to a sword fight? You dumbass.
Relax, no problem. Darth Vader versus Or.
Whoa, okay, well, just make sure you use protection then. While we're at it, how about a look at some of the more old-fashioned merchandise?
This is what's known
Maybe
as
you
the
should have
Millennium
thought that
Falcon
name through a bit
playset,
more.
a thing that literally only a crazy person would want. To use this thing, you basically just strap it onto your keyboard and rock Chewbacca and Han Solo back and forth like you're trying to jerk off a badger. When you push down on one of the characters, it pushes all the way through the device and hits a key on your keyboard. So essentially, it's just a very complicated way to push buttons on your keyboard. As for the software it comes with, if you could call it that, it's just like a Dragon's Lair type thing that uses footage from the real movies. Very compelling.
Inventory item retrieved.
But what about, regular old merch, not bundled with software? What do they call that again? Oh yeah, toys! Fancy yourself George Lucas as good guy? How about George Lucas as bad guy? George Lucas as family. All hate, all fight. It's George Lucas's actual family as Star Wars characters. You can't make that up. There are some things in life that aren't meant to be questioned, just absorbed, admired, savored, and cherished. This is one of those things. You know you can't hold back your true feelings for me. But what about all you aspiring Jedi out there? What can you use to hone your skills? Well, the Star Wars Force Trainer, of course. Except you can't, because it doesn't work. Ever. But it does make you look like a total jack-off, so at least that's 1 point out of 10. What's this I've got here? The Death Star, right? Obvious. But what if I told you it's actually Darth Vader in hiding? Impossible, you say? Oh, but how wrong you are!
I think he must have seen Lady Gaga on TV and just decided to go for it.
Han and Chewie to the rescue! Watch in awe, be amazed as Han Solo transforms into a slice of pizza. And Chewie transforms into a pita bread sandwich? What? Oh, you gotta snap them together. There you go, Millennium Falcon, there it is. And so, here we are. We've seen pretty much everything there is to see. I guess we're done. Right? You didn't think I'd forget, did you? We've been spending a lot of time looking at the worst and weirdest, but I'll never forget the times I had with some of the greatest Star Wars games. Nay, games I've ever played. Things like Star Wars Battlefront, Knights of the Old Republic, Rogue Squadron, and even Lego Star Wars. But that's what we all love about the brand, isn't it? That's why I was able to sit here and endlessly talk on and on about this magical franchise. At the end of the day, Star Wars is an open book. There's so much fun to be had in the universe, and so many depths to plunge. The ride doesn't end with Episode 6. It lives on and on, spread across the universe in the hearts of many. It's more than a film,
Kinda wish it did end with
or a
Episode
book.
6.
It's a goddamn phenomenon.
Kinda went downhill from there.
Sir, you forgot this. It's starring me. Am I cool now? Can I be on YouTube Rewind?
Huh, look at this. Star Wars droids? I never heard of this.
Oh.
Alright, one last game for you, 3PO.
This tune, of course. This was played beside some of the most memorable of scenes.
Yeah! Not quite.
This game is weird and old. Never a good combo. To control C-3PO, you have to actually move your cursor manually over to one of the panels on the bottom of the screen
Wow,
and then
yeah, that's
hit
a
your
bit,
action button. So you can't just go right and shoot
bit
one of
awkward.
your yellow diamonds to dispose of enemies. You have to select the move button, get in place, stop, select the shoot button, and then shoot. Talk about tedium, even for the era. And then there are these weird Simon Says panels. Oh, what fun. You know a game's getting good when one of the main puzzles is Simon fucking Says. A game you can literally buy for your keychain. Shit. Perhaps they were trying to emulate Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah, wrong space movie with aliens, guys. The one you were looking for was clearly ALF!
Laxative on a rope. Melmacian hiccups. The cat won't fit in the toaster.
Who is winning these encounters between me and the enemies? There is no clear winner in droids. Only chaos. Whoa, good thing C-3PO's all ripe and oiled up, huh? He bent his head down a whole 2 inches. This move comes in very handy on the Jerusalem level where C-3PO has to bow to the Western Wall. After you grind through these enemies, and I do mean grind, you get to these weird computer things near a door. I don't understand how anything in this game works. What is this, the robot TSA? Is he about to feel my junk and make sure I don't take any thermal detonators aboard the starship? I see how it is. So you're gonna profile me because I'm a droid, huh?
Because I'm bright, shiny yellow? You know, sometimes I pine for the days before the Death Star exploded. They even used to have a lightsaber section. This game is so bad. C-3PO and R2 just stay in the center of the screen the whole time and move with the 2 frames they were graced with. I'm done, 3PO. I can't even do this for you. This box art looks familiar, though. Where have I seen it before?
Oh no, Master John, you mustn't ask.
What do you mean? Where's it from?
It's been buried. My capacitors go faint, even to think of it. There's only one man left in the galaxy that knows its whereabouts. I'm talking, of course, about the most dreadful piece of Star Wars content in the entire galaxy.
Okay, have you seen some of the stuff I've been sitting here playing?
Was it the holiday special?
When I see it with my own eyes.
It's not an interactive piece of software, Master John. It's much.
Yeah, that is from the cartoon. Okay. I mean, it's not really within the scope of the series, as we kind of pointed out. Like, this is not a game at all. And there are obviously not going to be any games based on this thing. So, I guess. Though I feel like I've seen John review, like, films before. Yeah, like, he did, like, Food Fight and probably some other ones that I watched. But, yeah, the StarCade series branding maybe makes a little less sense now. Also, my computer.
The Star Wars Holiday Special was a made-for-TV event that aired in 1978, 1 year after the release of A New Hope. It's notorious for being incredibly hard to find, and that's not by accident. George Lucas, the big man himself, is known to have been very unhappy with this production, going so far as to actually say, if I had the time and a sledgehammer, I would track down every copy of that show and smash it. Since it aired, it's never been rebroadcast or released on home video. If a TV special airs and no one's there to record it, did it ever happen at all? Even Harrison Ford seems to have no recollection of making this.
Do you remember making this Christmas special? I think it was 1978. No, you don't remember?
I think he does. I think that's the look of someone who just...
Anyways, look at the cast. Mark Hamill, Harrison himself, Carrie Fisher, the original C-3PO, Chewbacca, R2, and James Earl Jones. Man, they got everyone. I mean, how have I not seen this? It sounds amazing. No,
look at the rest of the
cast. I am
cast.
getting to the bottom of this.
Art Carney and B. Arthur and...
Come on, George, loosen up a bit. I just want to see it. Don't be such a prude.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you give me a little kiss first or something.
I just want to see the film, George.
Well, now you're getting sassy with me. That's going to be 2 kisses now. See what happens when you sass me?
You're a very persuasive man.
Little kiss for Daddy. See, was that so hard? All right, but don't show it to anyone, okay? I'm not very proud of this. Be very careful with this. I can't have this leaking on the internet. John, do you love me like I love you?
Pretty sure it's already all over the internet.
What isn't human? This is even more dangerous than that time I tried to watch Dunstan Checks In on Laserdisc.
Oh.
That monkey was not willing to cooperate. All right, let's be careful with this.
Interesting reference to a film I barely remember.
Oh boy, here we go.
Also, I'm not sure that's how VHS works.
Huh. Well, an okay start, I'd say. The first few seconds literally start off with a dogfight in the Millennium Falcon. You can't go wrong there.
That's it. Yeah, just you wait.
Here we meet Han and Chewie, who are trying to get home from war for the Star Wars equivalent of Christmas. Or any winter-timed holiday, really. They call it Life Day.
That's the spirit. You'll be celebrating Life Day before you know it.
I don't know if a holiday celebration is what would be on my mind if my space vessel were about to be obliterated.
The Star Wars Holiday Special with Anthony Daniels as C-3PO.
Oh, that's nice. They're actually giving the real names of all the people inside the costumes.
Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca.
It's nice to see them get credit for such an overall thankless job.
R2-D2 as R2-D2.
Oh,
yeah,
that's real nice.
One.
Give the guy in an monkey suit credit, but the poor underpaid dwarf who's got a roast in a tin can all day, screw him. So after the beginning credits roll, we go to Chewbacca's
I think they just didn't want to... want to reveal
What?
how R2-D2
Chewbacca's
worked
like a
yet.
rogue, dirty space animal, yet he lives in this nice house that looks straight off the set of a 1975 episode of The Price is Right. The film explains that this is actually Chewbacca's family, who are all waiting for him to get back from war. I'm really glad they tackled this aspect of it, because all I could think of during the action scenes in the first movie was, how's Chewbacca's kid doing? Is he getting good grades? Is he getting beat up in school? What are his interests? Yeah? We're already there then? I guess I'm gonna need the heavy-duty shit for this one. The house is too immaculate. Chewbacca's supposed to live in a cave or something. They must need a real strong vacuum to get all the fur out of the rug. Also, the place looks expensive as shit. This is the Star Wars equivalent of living in a penthouse on Central Park West. Where'd Chewie get the money for this? Charging for autographs after the war? Something is very wrong here.
Yeah. Get used to it.
Are you serious? Is there actually going to be no dialogue here? Actually, for real? It's just going to be these guys grunting at each other like cavemen for 2 hours? You know, I'm probably just being too cynical. I'm sure this is just one of the many brief vignettes in this vast universe, just getting a feel, you know? World building. They don't even seem to like each other. They look like they're just constantly making passive-aggressive jabs.
That's it, I'm turning back.
Oh, they left this in? Oh, this is where the movie gets a little dark. Oh, this isn't scripted. This is the actor actually attempting to kill himself after he realized what he took part in. Don't do it! It's not worth it! There's at least 2 good movies after this that you could do! Wait, what? That's just actually how the film cuts together there. It just comes right back to them grunting. What was the point of that entire last part where the kid was meditating on the meaning of life? Maybe you're thinking, oh, okay, that'll come in later, that'll eventually be relevant, but it never comes back. It just comes
I think it's
and
to
goes
set up the
like
stormtrooper
that, in an
falling
instant,
later.
before your very eyes. Even Grandpa's
It's to
confused,
set up
and I'm
this is a
pretty sure he got a
perilous
copy of the
fall that
script.
exists. Or at least that's the thought on the writer's
what's,
part.
You know, on the
I
bill
understand
for
if
today.
it doesn't
then.
really come across.
All right, yeah, that's that's normal. You said it.
Hello, Mala.
Oh, look, it's Luke. Finally, a familiar face. We can get away from this Wookiee-themed Everyone Loves Raymond.
Not now, R2.
Yeah, this is very important. Shut up, literal slave wage tin can boy. We won't even credit. I don't know what it is, but Luke doesn't seem like himself here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll bring him to the screen. I want to say hello to him. Oh, he's not there yet. Is that it? Well, all I can tell you is that he and Han left here on schedule. If he's not there now, they're way overdue.
God forbid he's in a vat of acid somewhere in the Mojave Desert, but I would know nothing about that.
It's just taking him a little bit longer to get there, that's all.
The acting is pretty off,
Is that
too,
right,
really.
Luke? Well, you seem a tad too confident in that little assumption.
Come on, Mala, let's see a little smile.
Come on, dude, what the fuck? The fuck is that shit you're doing? Stop it, it's disgusting.
R2!
And he was never seen again until in 1996 when he resurfaced under a different name in Phoenix, Arizona. The end. Happy Life Day. Well, good thing we solved nothing here. It appears the story in this special keeps itself moving forwards through this 1970s wood-paneled computer the Wookiees have. Just randomly, the kid Wookiee, who goes by Lumpy, very fitting, will log on to the computer and a new scene will start. This particular scene takes place at the business of an average galactic citizen as an Imperial trooper stops by to browse.
Suppose you want to see my identification. She did it all by herself. In fact, you might say she did it by hand. Solo.
Get off the stage!
Besides shaving and hair trimming, it's guaranteed to lift stains off clothing, faces, and hands.
I'll take it.
Good, I thought you would. Now, would you like to pay me something for it, or give me something in trade?
Come on, we can get it done behind the counter faster than you can say Yummy Yoda 3 times.
I said I'll take it.
That's a load off my mind. I thought I might embarrass you when I told you to accept it as a gift.
Just take no for an answer, you creep.
I don't like embarrassing people. I don't like being embarrassed myself. That's why I go.
Oh, yeah? Did someone forget to turn off the camera? This guy's just, well, he just keeps on going. Then, just as soon as that scene ends, we cut to Vader, who menacingly says that he will search every house in the galaxy to find Han and Chewie. Tonal differences much? And just as soon as that happens, we cut immediately back to Chewbacca's family and find the mother watching a cooking show.
Yeah.
Oh my god, actually though, just like everything in this special, it goes on for at least 10 minutes too long.
I'm going to be using the tenderest cut of the bantha, the loin.
Sci-fi thrills! Is a kitchen the best place for a Wookiee anyways? You'd be spending as much time picking hairs out of your food as you would eating it. Well, you'd need a hairnet for your whole dang body, Mama Wookiee. Where are you gonna get that? Target don't sell that. This is the furthest thing from Star Wars that could ever exist. It's baffling. Everything people liked about the original films is absent here. The action, the characters, the story, the grittiness, anything besides this.
Very nice.
No, I get it. After seeing the reception of the original trilogy, I can see how they would realize it needed more Chewbacca's wife cooking. It's a natural progression.
To be fair, I think this came out when only the first one was out.
Hi, Iggy. I brought you that proton pack. Just all a big hello I get?
On second thought, no hello was much better. In the next chapter of our saga, the old man from earlier comes over for undisclosed reasons to set some stuff up for the Wookiee family.
Yeah, this
We should have just been honest and called this the Chewbacca family special because that's what it is.
I thought you might like this. It's one of those, it's kind of hard to explain. It's a,
Go on. I'll wait.
Wow. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I don't know what you mean by that, but from the way you said it, it
just
sounds
you
like
wait.
you gave their grandpa porn. And I really don't want to believe you gave their grandpa porn. You gave the man porn? His family is like right in the other room. You come into the man's house on fucking Christmas, you set up interspecies VR porn in his living room. Oh, is this real? Is this a waking nightmare? This got through? No one thought this was a bad idea?
Wow. Happy Life Day.
Don't worry, it's not over yet though. The next scene is Princess Leia and C-3PO doing their taxes.
It does look like
Take
that.
the halls with boughs of holly. And then, back at the house, they're found by stormtroopers. You know, somehow the tension just doesn't translate right when it's filmed in the style of Family Matters. Also, the old guy in this scene becomes Rodney Dangerfield for like 5 entire minutes.
I never leave the shop without my identification. It's very important, just in times like this. You see, I just found my identification. The picture you're looking at right now was taken quite a few years ago. That's one of me. I've gained quite a bit of weight since then.
If you weren't so relaxed right now, I'd think you might be up to something.
Now, will you come in the kitchen to help me?
Yeah, see? No guilty man would say that. Oh man, this is getting real tense. Chewie's family is on the verge of getting found out.
And then music video.
What? What's
Jefferson
happening?
Starship.
In case you didn't know, that is actually the band Jefferson Starship. It just happens. It's like a full-on 4-minute music video. Hey, but don't get me wrong, this is probably like the best part of the movie because Jefferson Starship is awesome. It's just so jarring that it's even in here at all. I always knew these guys were ahead
Some
of
of
their
their songs are
time.
good.
Like way
Prefer
ahead.
Jefferson Airplane, but
The trooper is just sitting there genuinely enjoying it. It's funny to me. He's like, wow, Starship rocks.
Your work here is finished.
And seriously, if I have to listen to you play We Built This City and the Star Destroyer one more time, you know, I don't even really know what's going on anymore, but in the spirit of random things happening all the time, now we're in a cartoon. As you can see in this timeline, Han didn't make it out of the trash compactor in time.
How is radio?
As is usually the case in any film-related baffling travesty, it slowly becomes more and more of a fever dream over time. Like the writers just started to trip out or something.
It'll be easy to find the ship you seek.
Like randomly, while the stormtroopers are still in his house, Lumpy starts watching a tutorial video. We are watching a literal tutorial video with him. Yes, you have that right. It is an actual tutorial video for a fictional device being played on an action-oriented sci-fi holiday special. How? I think if you had the device Lumpy has, you could actually put it together by watching this. No joke. It goes on for 3.5 painstaking minutes.
Of the 10,000 terminals on your circuit breaker module is marked in a particular color.
Yeah, you thought I was joking, didn't you?
Like a rainbow.
Thought I was making it all up to be funny, huh?
To the wires with the corresponding
No, I've seen
colors.
it.
I wish I were making it up.
It probably is the least successful bit in this.
Yeah, okay, what's the next step, Daddy? I ain't got all day.
Now, watch me.
And that's saying something, because the...
Well, come on, we're nearing the end at least. That'll be the last non sequitur, right?
Cooking show.
Just one more round, friend.
Oh my God! Is that fucking B. Arthur? I can't do it. I can't make it. I can't watch any more of this.
Of all the things I did not expect from this, which at this point is not much, B. Arthur Musical was pretty high up on that list. Don't worry, it's okay though, because at least she does this.
You stay just as long as you want.
That's it, I'm turning back.
B. Arthur's entire career was building up to this moment. I don't need to see his enjoyment of whatever's happening here. It's just too weird, dude. Oh, he's going in for more. What the hell? Why are they showing this? Oh, of course. That scene's over now. We're just back to the house. Nothing to see here, folks. We didn't just see a golden girl pouring moon juice into a volcano head. Oh, God, I'm serious. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. Oh, no. What are you gonna do? Lumpy! Lumpy, get out of there!
Oh God, the tutorial was for nothing!
Run, Lumpy, run! He's gonna grab you! Eventually, Han and Chewie do get back home, and they use some masterful tactics to disarm the stormtrooper. That was an unfortunate chain of events. Oh, come on, stop! Oh, God, knock it off! That's gross!
May the Force be with you.
All right, everyone, he said it. We can go home now. Gift bags at the door.
Yeah, there's still a lot of weirdness.
Just as Life Day begins, life itself ends. The Wookiees now begin their annual exodus into space. Merely 1 in 3 Wookiees will survive this journey.
All of you are an important part of my life, pal. I'm glad I could be here.
Also, just curious, when am I getting paid?
And yeah, then the Leia musical number. Yeah, that's the effect it'll have.
And so, they celebrated their blasphemous religion in peace, until shortly after this scene ended, where they were then dragged into the streets of Kashyyyk and stoned for their infidelity. The end.
Absolutely fascinating. That's it. That's all. I believe I've reviewed the worst piece of Star Wars content in existence.
Probably.
And you know what that means? I'm coming home. All right, Vader, I'm done. Come at me. What? Why isn't it working?
It's useless. I've cut the feed.
Oh. You're pretty smart for a toad, huh?
Now you've seen it. The monster inside of me. Now you understand. You feel my pain. And now you're gonna help me.
Help you? Help you do what?
Help me destroy the only thing worse than the Star Wars holiday special.
That's impossible. I've seen everything there is to see. What more do you want from me?
Aren't you forgetting something? Perhaps on purpose? Something deep down you don't want to remember?
Oh. What the hell is that?
It's not possible. They destroyed every last copy in the war. It was the only way the galaxy could be free.
If you don't believe me,
I mean, this
take
is
a
the
look
end of
for
the playlist,
yourself.
right? Oh, I guess we still. I just thought we just still have like 7 minutes of the video. I mean, I guess to keep the StarCade
I don't know.
branding
I just didn't
on
see
track.
it. They must have cloaked it for me with Sith mind tricks.
You
It's
gotta have a
almost
game
complete.
in here.
Why do you think you were here?
Because he wanted me to play poopy games for laughs and giggles! Just laughs and giggles!
Poor, naive boy. It was just a distraction. The anger you felt all this time was extracted, funneled, and used to rebuild this. There are millions of people just like you all over the galaxy, feeding the Empire's evil wishes, one Microsoft point at a time.
Huh. I was wondering what these were for. Well, then why are you here? Why me? What's my part in this if there's millions of people involved? I'm nothing special. I'm just another cog in the cosmic machine.
Oh, that's where you'd be wrong, silly boy. Don't you know by now? Can't you feel it in your heart? You have something one of a kind that can stop this. It's in you, John. You can fix this. You'll come to see it my way in time.
You're one crazy old man, Georgie, and also unexpectedly smelly. But I'm in.
Our project is almost complete, my lord. She shall be resurrected in no time.
Excellent.
Impossible. How did you manage to get up here?
Let's just say I made a little connection back at home base.
So, now you see the true power of the dark side.
No, not quite. It's more of a situation where I've crashed my ship into your ship and now they're connected, and now I'm here. Payback time. I'm a firm believer that how you use it is the important step.
Yeah. You gotta hope, though. Oh.
How can your skin possibly resist the damage of a Sith blade?
It can't.
Oh, well that's, I guess the hand grew back.
No. It won't be like you.
I said do it!
And for what? Someone else will just make an even bigger Star Wars Connect. And truth be told, I don't even think the size plays into it. Is the disc still small? Did you make an equally large Xbox 360 to accommodate it? It all seems so impractical.
You dare defy the will of the Empire?
What do you want from me? Why do this?
Because I want to see people all around the galaxy do the funny Han Solo dance.
Oh God, no!
And I will be there to watch as every last person gets frustrated because the controls almost work but never quite do what they're supposed to do.
Impossible evil! What wretched part of the galaxy did you spawn from?
Los Angeles.
I mean, that'll do it.
And after this, you will go to my chambers, and I will watch you try to navigate the menus.
Bird Andrea again.
Okay.
Why'd you save me back there? You didn't have to. It doesn't make sense. And I mean, Jacques only responds to people with a good heart.
Because, John, you're a friend. An old friend.
A friend?
Can't you feel it in your heart? You have something one of a kind.
Friend.
Take my mask off, John. One last time. Let me look on you with my own eyes.
Aaron?
John.
What are you doing in a Darth Vader outfit?
Aaron from
found it.
Game Grumps, right?
Dude, where did you get an Imperial Star Destroyer?
I won it on eBay.
Any downsides?
Yeah, part of the ship came off, so some space leaks in every so often.
Anything else?
Raccoons. At least 5. I've seen 4, but there's people that say that there's like a spotted one that I haven't seen.
I don't get it. I mean, why go through all this? What was the point?
I just wanted to play a game with you. Like old times.
Well, you had my phone number. You could just call me.
You know me. I'm never one to take the easy way.
I was enslaved for 6 months. Is that funny?
His numbers me in real life. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Made a big thing out of it. Put it on my channel. Turned out all right.
Yeah, you know, that's pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Have you been doing good too, I see?
Yeah, it seems like we're all in a pretty good place, huh? Yeah, wow. John, I have something to tell you.
What is it, Aaron?
I'm a poo-poo, pee-pee, fart, diaper, baby, stinky, asshole, doo-doo brain.
Looks like you shouldn't have let me write your lines.
My dad is Adolf Hitler.
Yes, he is. And he will always be. Aaron! Aaron!
What's up?
Are you alright?
Yeah, well, polio, but yeah, for now, like, everything's good.
Okay. Let me ask you something. You want to do the dance for old time's sake?
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah!
Okay. I feel like I'm missing a bit of context with this last bit. Like, is there a earlier review of this Star Wars Connect game?
It feels as if the balance has been restored to the galaxy, or at least to a very niche part of the internet. May the Force be with you. Not again.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Oh, no, we don't want to watch the whole thing again. But yeah, that was it. That was the entire series of StarCade from John. Long bit there at the end, but I did really like the last episode. I mean, the holiday special is kind of, when it comes to Star Wars, that's definitely a fascination of mine. Just because of how weird and crazy it is. So definitely, of everything we talked about here, that's the thing I know the most about. So yeah, that was
the Star Wars.
I feel like I had more. I had more to talk about with that one than the games, where I only have like a few memories here and there of playing some of them, rented as a kid. Yeah, a lot of these I didn't even know existed. So, yeah. But, I mean, John's always a good reviewer, always an entertaining reviewer. I don't know if he's a very thorough reviewer, but he makes fun videos. And talks about things in an interesting way. So, I definitely had fun watching this whole series, and I thought it was good. Not really too much else to say. I mean, this has been a very long video, so I'm not going to really go on for too long here at the end, but hope you guys liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.